All right.
All right, and we are live. How is everybody doing? We don't have any viewers yet, but I'm sure somebody's going to watch this at some point somewhere. So this is
Sooner or later.
exciting. I am Aaron. I am the GM, the storyteller, and the resident douchebag. This here is my player Eloy, and we're going to have a good time today. We're going to play some Burning Wheel. Got
Yep.
our characters done up. We are playing in a modified Forgotten Realms. So shit's gonna change. Don't nitpick with me, please and thank you. Chris didn't want to burn the whole world. And with that, we are going to get started. We're going to open up in Fjord, up just east of the Icewind Dale.
Uh-huh. All right. So I'm going to be playing Arngrim Hrafnarsson. My beliefs, just in case anybody's wondering, is he's sort of a Viking warrior who's been cursed. So his beliefs are: I must lift the curse on my family. I will start by seeking advice at the Well of Erd. Second belief is I must procure better arms and armor for my quest. And my third belief is fortune favors the brave. I will act boldly. So
And
let's see how that goes.
that is a belief I am very, very excited about. Really open-ended for that fate mine, and once it gets established, you're very cowardly and get that mold breaker persona.
Yep.
So that's one that I'm pretty stoked about. So we're going to go ahead and open up our first scene with you coming back with a raiding party, stumbling back into Ravensford, a little beat, a little battered, but not in any way injured. You guys fared pretty well. You got yourselves some loot, and upon entering town, a raven comes with a message and lands in front of you with it tied around its little leg.
All right. So I'll pick it up and read it.
Yeah.
Can I read? I don't even know how to read.
Oh, you don't have read and write?
No.
Well, now you have a message you can't read. So
Yes. So that's where the complications start. Yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to find somebody that knows how to read.
Yeah.
That sounds like a circles roll to me.
That does sound like a circle. So there's got to be like a wise woman in town I could go visit.
Yeah.
Maybe sort of a healer or fortune teller or something like that within the village.
Something. All right.
So
let me see here. Where is my book? Make sure we get this right. By the way, guys, we are both fairly new players, so we will more than likely get things wrong here and there. We will more than likely stumble around through this, but we're going to get it. I have been GMing for about 8 months now, off and on, in small little games. So this is very much a learning experience for all. So
yes,
if anybody does notice something that we mess up, feel free to leave me a comment about it, because I'm all about the constructive criticism.
Yes, please, because this is like my first time playing, so let's see how we do.
All right. If you want to open up to the circles page, my book was flooded, and I'm working on PDF right now. So you will probably make it to it quicker than I will.
Yep, page 380. Circles to obstacles. So base obstacle is circles test is 1, and with the appropriate modifiers. So
So let's see. We don't really care about station, correct? We pretty much just need somebody that can read. You said that page was 380?
Yes. It's probably plus 1 or plus 2 to the ob, I would think.
Yeah, it's absolutely going to be at least a plus 1.
Okay, so it's going to be like an ob 2 or 3, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm okay with an ob 2. We're not really worried about different settings or different life paths or anything. We pretty much just need somebody that can read.
Okay.
So yeah, we will set it at an ob2, and if you fail, you don't know what this note says. That's pretty straightforward failure consequence, but pretty
Um,
hefty as well.
well, that kind of lets us. Does it lead to a dead end if we if I fail it, or is there maybe some way
Well,
around that? Yeah.
we could always amenity clause if you fail.
Okay, that sounds
And
good.
they're just not. You're going to find somebody that can read, but they are not going to be willing to help you, and you're going to have to deal with that.
Okay, so it's an op two, we said, right?
Yep, ob2.
So my circles is wait a minute, op two. I mean B2. So that's not very good, but let's see what happens.
It's definitely a difficult test. Do not forget you do have some starting Arta, which apparently does not help at all.
No, do you see the
So,
roll? Yeah.
we can bring in the amenity clause, and that is fine. So let's talk about this wise woman that you've come across. Why does she not want to help you?
She. Why doesn't she want to help me?
Maybe you wronged her daughter at some point in your life, and she's holding a grudge against you.
That sounds good. So I'll
Okay,
have to curry
so
her favor. Yeah.
yeah, so the wise woman Helga is very, very, very upset with you because you didn't call her daughter back
Okay.
and just kind of faded out on her, which is a pretty glaring insult within a small village community. It's not like you just disappear and them never see you again. So
Yeah.
there's definitely some tension there.
All right. Wow. So I'm gonna need to bring an offering or something. Um, let me see.
She's pretty much like, why should I help you after what you did to my granddaughter?
Uh, um, that's a very good question, actually. I have no idea why she should help me. I will. I will seek a way to make amends with your daughter, wise Helga, if you would, but aid me in my quest.
Okay,
Actually,
uh,
yeah.
I will tell you what, Arngram, if you can convince my granddaughter to tell me of her own volition that I should help you, then I will help you. But
I
to
would.
convince me, you will have to convince her. And with that, she just walks away.
Okay. Um, so her daughter must be nearby because it's a small village, right? So
It is a small village, and if your memory serves you well, you recall her liking to spend time at a place that the locals affectionately call the Slaughtered Prince Tavern, which is more like a gigantic hunt with kegs of ale.
okay.
It's like a village community festivities place. It's
Okay.
not really a tavern, but you guys like to pretend it's a tavern.
Okay. Okay. So so let me see. I'll get cleaned up because we just came from a raid. So
Yes, you did.
he'll go get cleaned up in a river and maybe pick some flowers by the bedside of the river and
Okay.
uh, and go to this place that we know about. I don't really have any resources, so it's not like I can buy anything with it. So
Yeah. Well, and I'm inclined to make you roll to find the flowers, maybe? Like a foraging roll, just because it seems important. Like,
okay.
I'm imagining you're grabbing these flowers as a way to make a decent impression to convince her grandmother to help you, right?
Yeah,
And her help
hopefully.
is something that you do need.
Yeah, hopefully I can persuade her to put in a good word for me with her grandmother.
All right.
So,
What kind of
I mean,
skills do you have that we could roll for that?
for convincing her, persuasion. I
No,
don't have
no,
any
for
for
finding the flower.
foraging. No, I don't have
Maybe
anything right now. I have forest
foraging,
wise.
forest. Yeah, yeah. I'm inclined to let a forest wise do it. And
Okay,
considering it is a forest and it is spring, they shouldn't be too hard to find. So we'll make it a knob one.
okay.
You can still fail, which I will laugh.
Yes, you will. Let's see how it goes. So, let me
And
see.
let's nail down the failure consequence a bit more. If you fail, you will still find the flower, but it will be a rare carnation that to her family is given as an insult.
Okay, okay, that sounds fair.
Yeah, but
Uh,
you won't have knowledge that this particular flower is an insult.
okay, okay. So, let me see. This is, hang on. Let me get this page right here. Folks, okay, let's see right there. So, this is an up one, right? So I'm gonna
This
do a
is this,
forest wise. Mm, should I do like try to open up foraging with beginner's luck and fork in forest wise, or just do plain old forest wise?
you cannot fork on beginner's luck.
So let's go with forest wise.
It's going to have to be straight up forest wise.
So here we go, straight up forest wise. Yes, a success.
All right, got it. Do note there is a clear button right next to the roll button, so you can clear the dice off your screen. They do stay up after you roll them.
Okay, didn't realize,
Right.
but I just
So
saw it.
you found some rather pretty daisies.
Excellent. So it's forest
Gather up. We'll
wise.
call it a half dozen or so.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'll just go over to the meeting place and see if I can find her,
Okay.
and
So
we'll.
the intent is to get her to persuade Grandma to help you.
Correct. Correct.
How are you going about doing this? Are you making a grand gesture in front of everybody? Are you gonna pull her off to the side? Like, hey, here's some flowers, an apology, I'm sorry, help me out.
Yeah, that probably. Well, actually, no. My belief is to act boldly,
It
so
is.
I will do it in front of everybody. I'll
Okay.
just walk right up to her and present her with some flowers, and I will. Let's call her what? Rivka. Rivka.
Rivka. Rivka works for me. So I'm inclined to give you a link test on this with
Okay.
conspicuous.
Okay.
And if you get the conspicuous success,
Uh huh.
you'll get the bonus die for the persuasion.
Okay. Okay. So what's the for conspicuous?
Um, it's still midday. I don't expect it to be too rowdy in there, so we'll call it ob 2 to get everybody's attention within this
Okay.
tavern house.
Okay. That works for me. So and if I fail, I don't get any advantage to the persuasion roll
Yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
gonna do later, right?
There will be no advantage, and we're gonna jump up the ob of the persuasion roll by 1.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Right. You come
So
in, and I'm envisioning the fail like you come in and you try to make this grand gesture and be loud, make everybody see it, and your voice kind of cracks and you cough, and it kind of,
okay.
takes away from the persuasion.
Okay. Okay. So do I roll first, or do I role play it first, or
We,
whatever?
we will role play first.
Okay.
Yes, we'll role play first, and then we will make the rolls and find out what happens.
Okay. So Angrim goes up to the place and sees her right there, and he walks up to her and goes, uh, "Dear Rivka, a word, if I may. Um Everyone, uh, please hear. I have wronged this woman, and I have come to make amends. I bring you these flowers as a gesture of goodwill to you and your family. So how's that?"
That sounds like a good role play. I would like to take a minute and welcome our first viewer. Hello, viewer, whoever you may be. Glad to have you. Hope you enjoy it. All right, sounds good. So let's take that conspicuous role.
Okay, so I have conspicuous 2. So let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes.
One up, man. I did one success. Not good enough.
Not good enough. Is that success a 6? I'm only showing one
No,
die
it's a
on your
oh,
screen.
it's a 5. It's a 1 and a 5.
Okay, 1 and a 5. So your voice kind of cracks in and out as you're giving this great speech.
Okay.
Um, we let's talk about this persuasion obstacle. I
Okay.
want to say persuasion is against their will, if I remember correctly.
I believe so.
Let's look it up right quick. Make sure that we're doing this correctly.
Yep. Uh, Let me see. Persuasion. Uh, Obstacle is the will exponent of the intended victim.
Okay. I'm gonna say her will's only 2.
Okay.
She's not a shield maiden or anything of that nature. She's
Mm-hmm.
just a fairly pretty gatherer girl.
Okay.
So don't
Can I
envision
get
a
a
high will.
no? Can I get a +1 advantage dice for the flowers?
Okay, yeah, I'll give you advantage die for the flower.
Excellent. Excellent.
So we've got her base will of 2. We're gonna raise the odd by 1
Ouch.
between the failed conspicuous and the fact that she's not your biggest fan.
Okay.
So you're gonna need a 3 to pull this out. You've got the advantage die. Do you have any forks that you can possibly make?
For persuasion. No, not really. I
No
have I
forks.
have a B2 on the persuasion. So +1 advantage dice. That would be like 3
Yeah.
against 3.
3 against 3. You do have those persona points.
Yeah. Wow, I was hoping to save those for confronting
Yeah.
the Earl later, but this is turning out to be harder than I thought. So,
Yeah, this one was a bit much, but hopefully we will get it.
so yeah, whatever. Let's blow that. Let's blow 1 persona on it.
Okay, so you got 4. Odds are better, and then you still got fates if you get some sixes to explode.
Uh-huh.
Don't forget to clear
So
your rolls for me, please.
that's right. It's clear. So it's gonna be 2 dice for my skill, +1 for the advantage dice, +1 for the persona. Yes, that'll be like
Correct.
4. So let me just put real quick here. So it's one persona on my persuasion. So here we go. 2 successes.
Ooh,
And
two
the ob was
successes.
3. Oh, damn. And no
Ob was
6s.
3. And no 6s. And I fucked up, and this is something that I'm going to need your help with. I still have issues remembering to issue failure consequences of the rolls.
That's true. We
Just
didn't.
coming from other, D&D and Shadowrun backgrounds and stuff like that, it's still something on my brain to do, so I do apologize for that.
That's okay.
So let's discuss this failure consequence and make sure it's amenable. I am imagining her taking the flowers, slapping you like you're a selfish pig,
Okay.
and then throwing the flowers on the ground and storming out in tears.
That sounds about right, yes.
Okay.
uh,
So not only does that happen, but there's 4 other big Viking men and they're drinking, and they all burst out laughing.
oh, well.
This made their day.
Okay. So let's see what I can do about that. Get myself deeper and deeper in trouble, of course.
Deeper and deeper in
Uh,
trouble. At this point, we
yes.
have to find a way to change these circumstances. So you
Yes.
can attempt this persuasion roll again.
Yes. Huh. What can I do? Hmm. Huh. Because I'm thinking if those 4 Vikings are laughing, and my guy's proud, he's probably going to want to do something about it.
Okay.
I don't think it's very wise, but it's very Burning Wheel, don't you think?
It is very Burning Wheel. Welcome to our second viewer. Sounds like we're about to have a barroom brawl, so looks like you
Yeah.
got here just in time.
So I'll walk up to them,
Okay.
and I'm gonna intimidate them. Is what I'm gonna do.
Intimidate
Is
them.
yeah, 1 against 4, but hey.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough roll.
Yeah, I
Because
bet.
these are big Viking raider men. They
Okay.
are not easily intimidated.
That's true. Oh man, do I really want to go through this?
I think you do.
Because this is way off course of what I'm supposed to be doing, but
It is.
Sure, why not? So let's see, what's my intent here? Uh, well, to get him to stop laughing for one, and
It sounds to me that your intent
mhm,
would be respect through intimidation.
yes,
That's what I'm gathering so far.
yep, that'll
Now,
be about it. Yeah.
do you have intimidate as a skill, or is this going to be a
Well,
beginner's
yes, but
luck?
no, I have it. The thing is, it's not very high. It's just a 2. So just a 2
Well,
is not
I'll
gonna do
tell you
much.
right now, you're about to get a challenging test.
Yep, sounds like it. So, what happens if I fail, though?
You mean when you fail?
When I fail, yes, because if it's going to be challenging, there's no way I'm doing this. So,
Well, when you fail, you're gonna get punched.
okay. So we're going to go right into a brawl.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's gonna punch, and if you decide to swing, we'll go into say a bloody versus
Okay.
and see what happens from there.
Okay. So, what's the ob then?
Well, I'm envisioning them all with a will of at least 4.
Wow.
That would make sense. Big Viking men. They're
Hmm.
used to intimidation and fights and violence and threats. And then I am inclined to at least give a +1 ob because there's 4 of them and 1 of you.
Okay. So that's like an up 5?
It is an ob 5. However, they are also drunk, which
Oh.
implies to me liquid courage.
Yes.
That makes me want to make it an ob 6.
Ouch.
And that
So
that sounds really harsh, and I'm sitting here like trying to come up with ways to hook you up with
to
some
mitigate
bonus
that.
die.
Well, the sheer nerve of one guy going up to them should at least get me one, because
Okay, okay, yeah, I'll give you one. That's
so
still 3 against an ob 6.
wow. Let me see what else can I do. Because I have like I have like what you call it, traits, but traits don't really, they're not really call on traits. Um,
What traits do you have?
well, I have impulsive, which comes into play. I have honored, which I guess it
Is
means that the guy's a bannerman, so they know me.
Yeah,
I have fearless, which has some mechanics that have to do with hesitation,
yeah, I'm
and
familiar with fearless.
yeah, and
Okay,
stubborn. Yeah.
I'm inclined to give you an additional bonus die just for the fact that you're a bannerman and you're of a higher station than them.
Okay. Okay.
Like
That
I feel
works.
like that would give a little bit of fear boost towards an intimidation.
Okay. So
So
we're
now we've got
talking.
you up to 4.
Yes. And that's it. Let's see what happens. Six
Yeah.
to hit obstacle of 4 to hit an obstacle of 6. Let's see some sixes right here. Here we
Yeah,
go.
let's see those 6s.
There's 2 6s.
Nice,
Yes. So,
nice.
but it's 2 failures. So I'm like 2 out of 6 right now.
Well, and you still need 4 more. So you need
Yeah.
more 6s if you use this fate to explode it.
Yeah. Most I could get would be like 4 successes, unless I get a couple of 6s more.
Yeah, which do keep exploding without having to spend more fate.
So, wow, I only have 3, so it's not like I have a lot. So, what do you think? Should I burn it or
That's entirely up to you. The odds are not looking
are
too
not good?
good for you, but
Let's
crazier
do it.
things have happened.
Yes, let's do it. Let's go for it. So I'm gonna roll 2 more.
2 more. Let's see
Um,
them.
should I clear this or just keep rolling
Leave
until?
them up. Just throw in 2 more.
Okay. Oh, not good.
Not good. So,
So bloody versus. Hey, we're trying.
yep. So the smaller of the 4,
Okay.
he's pretty lit, and he doesn't take kindly to the intimidation attempt. Which, what are you saying to these guys? We should have role played that out before we made the roll.
That's true. That's true.
And like I said, we're still both learning though. No worries. So what did you come up and say to these guys that made this little one punch you in the face?
Let me see. Uh, well, Mike, Arngrim is of a higher station than they, right?
Yes.
You just said. So it's like, oh hell, what the hell? He'll just go say, uh, what are you drunken louts laughing about? Uh, can't you see I'm courting a lady here? All you can manage to pick up in this place is 3 other guys.
Perfect. And at that,
He just
presumably because the little one may be struggling with his sexuality, He puts more sensuous than the other ones, and he clocks you right in the jaw. So now you
Okay.
have the option of either walking away or engaging in bloody versus.
Okay. And it's 4 guys, so this is not looking good for me.
Well, what the other guys are intent to sit back and watch. You guys
Okay.
are, you're an honorable people. You believe in fair fights. It will just be you and the little guy.
Well, let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, so his intent is just to make you feel a little pain. There is no intent to kill on his side. What is your intent for this role?
Yeah, I don't want to kill him either. I just wanna make him back off. Um,
Okay, so pretty
so
much just a straight up little fist fight to see what happens.
yeah. Are we gonna do bloody versus or just straight versus?
Uh, let's just do straight versus. This is a small little quick fight. Let's
Yeah,
just
it's
do
a,
brawling against brawling
okay.
and get moved on. So he has a brawling of 2. He's a smaller guy. He prefers his weapons.
Okay. Okay, I have a brawling of 3.
All right, so you got the
Yeah.
advantage.
And I can't fork in intimidation because we already did intimidation and it didn't work. So let it
That is
ride.
correct.
What rule it can't go back in.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else in here. So I guess it's just a straight 3 versus 2.
Yeah, straight up. If you want to clear your rolls, we'll go ahead and get this done.
Yeah. Okay, so my brawling is going to be 3 versus his op 2. And come on, come on. Oh,
Got
man!
2. Ooh. He comes out swinging hard.
Yeah, that he does.
He decent shot in, but he gets about 5 more
Oh,
and
man.
puts you on your ass, and then just turns his back to you and starts drinking again.
Yep. Oh, wow. Yeah, so this morning is not turning out as I thought it would. So,
No, but you're getting lots of tests.
yeah, that's a good thing.
So, one of the
you know
bigger
what?
men extends a hand to you and helps you to your feet.
Okay.
He's like, I like your spirit, kid. Mostly because it amuses me. And he says, if you wish to win the heart of a girl, especially one that you've wronged, you need to find out what she needs and then provide that for her. And then he goes back to drinking.
Wise words. I thank you, friend, for the kind words. And I suppose I'll just take my leave at this point because I don't seem to be getting much done today.
And that's okay.
So let's see.
You know,
Jeez, I just need to.
we did overlook a small thing. I feel like read and write are going to be useful skills. You could always try to beginner's locket.
Yeah.
And
I'm
at least
thinking
start to open it up.
it's probably worth a shot because.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very basic note. It'd be an ob 1, so ob 2 doubled.
All right. Let's see.
And right is perception, I believe.
Yeah, it's perception based.
Yeah, so you'll roll your perception dice against an ob 2.
So not 2. So open read perception versus op 2. Okay, let's see. So I have 4 perception. Sounds good.
Yeah, so yeah, not nice chances there.
Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't think about that sooner.
Instead of going through all this trouble, but hey.
Whatever, some
Let's see
tests
how
and
it
cool shit
goes.
happen.
That's true. Let's see. Oh man, not my day.
Oh,
Some,
you dropped. I can't even see your die. Oh, there they are. Damn.
yeah,
That roll.
nothing.
So it just looks like Irish.
Yes, it does. Jeez. Um, hmm. So we're gonna need to change tack here.
Yeah.
Uh, who can I ask?
I mean, you could circle up maybe a friend of hers.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Let's try that.
All right.
Uh,
This I don't know. It's a small place. You're not looking for a specific friend, so we'll make this an odd one.
okay.
You're just looking for somebody that knows her.
Yep. Okay. Come on, dice roller. You got to give me one. Come on, one success. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Wait, did it go?
I don't see
Stop.
any.
No, it's. Hang on. There we go. Oh, I hit clear after I put the dice, so it clears the pool also. Let's do it again. Yes. Come on, one success.
All right. All right. So you find you find a school friend of hers named Alina.
Alina. Alina, and she's Rivka. We said. Rivka.
Yes.
All right. So.
Oh, Arngrim. How are you doing? I haven't seen you since that double date me and Rivka went on.
Yes, it's. I've been busy hunting and raiding, and I really have neglected Rivka. She's pretty upset with me right now, and I need to get into her good graces. Uh, what? How do you think I should go about it?
Well, she has been complaining for the last 2 months about how she lost her locket in a walk through the forest. I
Hmm.
bet if you could find that locket, you could win her favor.
That sounds like a very good idea. Thank you very much. Um, I'll get right on that. All right.
Perfect.
So
Glad I can help. And if you guys patch things up, maybe we can all go out again.
maybe so. All
Shameless
right.
product placement. Enjoy the Pepsi, folks.
Yep. So let's see. Is this going to be? This is going to be what skill? Oh man, I don't have foraging. I have forest wise, and perception's no good for that, is it? It's observation, right?
Um, yeah, it'd be
Or
observation.
foraging. Uh, let's see.
I I think the easiest way to do it would possibly forest wise in a creature or a hermit or something that lives in the woods that enjoys shiny things.
Hmm.
That way you would know where to go instead of just like searching the forest at random to find this.
Okay. So it'll be a straight forest wise. That maybe I know a guy a hermit who collects, usually wanders the forest and picks up whatever he finds, or
Hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So.
considering that you're in a pretty tight knit community and most of you guys are out and about in the forest, I feel like that would be common knowledge and would only be an odd one.
Okay. Okay. So it's forest wise.
And you are marking your tests, correct?
Yes, I'm writing them
That
down, so I'll mark them later because if I gotta look, if it's
gotcha.
difficult or challenging, that'll take a while.
Gotcha.
So,
Well, easiest way to the difference between difficult and challenging is impossible without Arda. You absolutely cannot win an impossible test unless you put Arda into it.
oh, so that's usually when I have less dice than the
Hmm.
test. Okay, and difficult
So
is when I have about the same.
yeah, about the same. Actually, you know what? I can tell you here. Um,
Oh, here's the chart. Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say I have charts here as well that say what all the tests are. I just haven't opened that up yet
Yeah,
because
let
I'm
me see.
slacking as a GM today.
Let's see. Okay, so it's forest wise versus an up one.
Yes.
So so that's a routine test actually.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now what happens if I fail?
If you fail, you believe that there's a hermit out there, and it's not a hermit. It's a very dangerous creature you're gonna stumble into unknowingly.
But the thing or the hermit, either way, is gonna have the locket, right?
Either way, the locket will be there. If
Okay.
it's the hermit, it's gonna be much less dangerous to get.
Yeah.
If it's not a hermit,
Okay.
be
That
prepared.
sounds good. I like that. I like that. Let's do it. So here we go. Yes, one success.
Perfect. So there is a hermit.
I'm getting a break finally. So
Yeah. Them first couple rolls were pretty tough.
yeah. So so I'll go up to his shack that he has somewhere in the forest, and
And as you approach the shack, you hear a very shaky voice call out, "Who dares trespass in my home?"
okay. So let's call him Thorvald.
Thorbog? Okay,
Yep.
I'm down with that.
So I'll say he knows me, right? We've met before, or not?
No, you've only heard of him. As
Okay.
as a child, all the children of the village are instructed not to go near his area in the forest as they're out playing around. So you know
Okay.
where it's at, but you never actually went there. You never had need to, and boogeyman stories kept you away that your parents
Okay.
told.
Okay. So so I'll go. Good Thorvald. Uh, my name is Arngrim, son of Rafnar. Um, I come to seek your aid.
Aid. What aid could an old man like myself give a strapping young warrior like you?
A girl from my village has lost a locket in the forest, and I have come to see if you have found it. I would like to return it to her.
Hmm. A locket, you say. And what is this locket worth to you?
It is it, it is worth a great deal. Um, what would you take in return?
In return, I need somebody to help me organize all of my books.
All right.
They're just sitting in boxes and need to go on the shelf, but they are heavy, and I am old.
It seems fair. I will help you with your books.
Perfect. So he instructs you on, which boxes to place on which shelves, and
Okay?
no role for that. It's just putting books on shelves.
Yeah.
I'm sure that you are capable,
Okay.
and it takes about an hour. And
Okay.
when everything's said and done, he thanks you and says that you have helped him a great deal more than you know, and he hands you the locket and wishes you well.
So thank you, good Thorvald. I I am in your debt, and I'll go before he
No,
thinks of
no.
something else.
Thorvald will remember that.
Yeah. So great. So I have the
Yep,
locket.
yep,
So
you got the locket.
yeah. So so circumstances have changed. Can I just
Circumstances have changed, so now we can go to Rivka again, and you can present the locket and try to make amends one more time.
okay. 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 So it's going to be a persuasion roll again?
Yes, it will be persuasion again.
Okay. And if I get it, she talks.
If you make it,
Okay.
she
Yeah.
is absolutely going to be like, Grandma, we're cool, help his ass out.
Excellent. Excellent.
And if you fail, hmm, if you fail, if you fail, you will find out that she has been under a lot of stress from a couple other guys in the village that have faded on her and left her hanging. And your
Okay.
incessant attempting to woo her again will push her over the edge, and she will kill herself.
Oh, geez, that's really harsh. Uh, wow. Oh
She,
man, that's really bad.
she's a pretty sad little girl.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty harsh. What can I do about that? Um, wow. How about wow? That's pretty harsh, and it kind of dead ends this. Um, why don't we change that
It
to
it deadens it with her, but
okay?
the hermit has books,
That's
which
true.
means he can read. So you still have options on how to go about getting this note read.
Okay. I was thinking more along the lines of
I'm absolutely open to suggestions. I just feel like her storming off again isn't quite consequence
no.
enough.
That's it's not worth it. But what if she's been maybe she's been insulted by some guy, and she asked me to defend her honor or something, and maybe I have to go duel this other guy.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, instead of killing herself, because it's pretty harsh.
It is pretty
For
harsh.
her, not for me, but for her.
I mean, kind of crazy, which I imagine is why you faded on her.
Yeah, exactly. And then she wonders why I don't call. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, yeah, cool. I'm down with that. So, all right,
Okay.
let's get the role play out of the way. You find yourself at her house, her
Um,
cottage, hut, whatever it may be.
okay.
Probably
So
just a low hut.
I go up to her again, and I say, "Fair Ribka, um, I have come to apologize once more. It was wrong of me uh, to do that in public. Perhaps I should have done so privately. I uh, I ran into our friend Alina, and she told me you had lost this. So I found it in the forest and brought it for you. Um,
All
so
right. So we
can
are
I?
going to keep her will at 2 because
Okay.
she hasn't got any more will since the last time you came here.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you a bonus die for the locket, and there will be no higher objective penalty for her disdain
Okay.
of you because of the locket as well.
Okay, so it's persuasion up 2, and I get +1 advantage dice, so that's 3 dice versus 2. That's a routine test. Okay, 3 dice versus 2. Let's see. Come on, dice. Come on. Oh, jeez! It's not my
Oh,
day,
Grim.
man. It
While
is
I
not my
appreciate
day.
you retrieving my locket for me, it is not of most importance. And if you truly wish to win back my favor, you must challenge Ragnarok to a duel, for he has shamed my honor and disgraced my family. And I will see him I will see him bleed. And
Okay.
she wants him dead.
Dead. Wow.
Dead.
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 Wow.
And that's all she says. If you wish to further the line of questioning as to that's fine, or we can haul off and find him, or you can be like, no, you're a crazy bitch. I'm gonna go see the hermit.
Yeah, I'm gonna pursue that because that's kind of harsh. I'm gonna tell her what has he done that you would see him dead. Uh,
She tells you that not only did he force himself on, but after she found out that she was pregnant, he denies ever having touched her.
huh. Wow.
And the rest of the village is kind of looking on her in disgust. Because while she is just a lowly gatherer girl, he is an accomplished raider, and his word carries more weight.
Wow. And so I asked her, have you taken this up with the Earl? It's got to be an Earl in village.
There is going to be an earl in the village. Um, she says that she has, but the earl does not believe her. Essentially, the earl's like, well, you shouldn't be whoring around and then blaming it on one of my best warriors.
Wow. But killing the warrior against the orders of the Earl is going to be.
Well, the earl hasn't issued any orders. You are within every right to challenge him to single combat.
Okay.
You are from a very honorable people. If a challenge is accepted, it's accepted. Nobody can stop that.
Okay.
So as long as he accepts your challenge, you're well within your legal rights.
Okay. So, yeah, sure. Why not? Man, I should change from my belief to I really want to get this note read.
Yeah, that was when we got together pre-game and discussed this note. We probably should have caught that you didn't have the read skill.
Yeah, what we should have caught is this is sort of like the prequel to the actual belief that I wrote. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I wasn't expecting this. Could I change one temporarily? Because technically I don't know that I'm cursed, and technically I don't know that I must procure better gear.
Yeah, that's fine. If you
So,
want to switch out the cursed one, I like as a warrior, I feel like you'd still want to procure better gear for future
okay,
raids. But
okay,
yeah, if you want to change curse, since we haven't quite gotten there yet, anyways.
yeah, it's
Well,
just
you absolutely are currently cursed as it is.
okay,
You don't have that knowledge yet.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so yeah. If you want to switch that out to getting that note read,
okay,
I'm absolutely
and
amenable to that.
see, I would even put the note in a back burner because right now I'd like to defend her honor. I mean, this girl's
Okay.
been wronged, so I
Yes.
will defend her honor. Is gonna be my. I will defend Rivka's honor. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right.
This is going to be a real short campaign if the dice come up wrong.
It absolutely is. So I know you said you didn't want to jump straight into a fight right off the bat.
No,
Uh,
I
do you want to do
really.
bloody versus for this? Like, it's got to be more than just a versus test. I'll leave it
Okay.
up to you if you want to do fight or bloody versus. I'm
No, I'd
open
rather
to either
do
one.
bloody versus because I really need to read up on fight. Fight is really
Okay. Yep.
complex. I read
Fair
up
enough.
on Duel of Wits, but fight is harder.
Uh,
Yeah.
it's it's a little bit. It's the same kind of concept. It's just different actions.
And yeah, it's way more different. Way many more actions.
Yeah.
So
All right. So yeah, let's just bust out a bloody versus then. Well, first off, we have to get to him, and you have issue
yeah.
your formal challenge.
Yes. Uh, so
And
you know
it
what?
just
Let me.
so happens
Okay.
that Ragnarok is the big man in the tavern that helped you up and offered you
Oh
advice.
no!
There was ulterior motives to him giving you this advice.
Oh damn! You look Crane. Why did you make this perverse game? This is his fault. I don't blame you. I blame him.
I mean, you noticed a douchebag under my name.
Yeah, no,
There for a
but
reason.
it's the game. I think you're playing it the way it's meant to be played.
Yes.
Oh, oh man. But he's in the wrong, so I'm gonna go help this girl out.
All right. So, quite some time has passed today
Okay.
between ventures around town and bathing, the flowers, going back into the forest. Like quite a bit's happened. We're
Hmm.
gonna say that it's I don't know, roughly 6 o'clock ish.
Okay.
It's getting to be that time where the sun's gonna start going down soon. Most of the town is in the Slaughtered Prince Tavern House.
Okay. So I'll ready my gear, put on my armor, poor quality,
What is that, like one Gambison?
one gambeson, because I ran out
Oh,
of points. So no
yeah.
helmet and no shield. One
Yeah.
gambeson.
Gambison and a loincloth?
Yeah. And my sword and knife, and that's about all I have. So I'll just ready my gear, and I'll set off to the tavern. Yeah.
All right. Well, you arrive at the tavern. You're standing outside. It sounds like it's popping.
I'll stride right in.
All right.
When fortune favors the brave, man.
Yes, yes, it does.
Not today, but usually it favors the brave. So,
Usually.
so I'll stride right in. Do I see the guy when I go in?
Oh yeah, he's right there at a table, drinking,
Okay.
being loud, pinching waitresses' asses.
Yeah. So,
Now, now I have not done much bloody versus. My girlfriend prefers fight over bloody versus.
okay.
So I want to look over the page right just to make sure. Like, I'm pretty solid on it. We've used it a few times, but she prefers the scripting to the one roll.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I mean, I'll get to it
So I now
sometime this weekend. Yeah.
so let's see. Bloody versus is whatever skill you're using plus your forks, and then that gets divided into your attack and defense pool,
Correct.
and
And
then whoever has the most successes after everything's said and done wins, right?
yeah, your weapons
Yeah.
and your armor factor right in. They add extra dice, and
Yes.
and there's not much more to it. So,
All right. Well, let's figure out some dice for the two of us then. So he luckily is not armored. He is
thank God, yeah.
relaxing for the evening. We're gonna say he has a B4 sword skill, and he's
Okay,
gonna work in brawling.
okay,
He's gonna have 5 dice.
okay. And is this one of the guys that I tried to intimidate this afternoon?
This is the guy that after you tried to intimidate and then fought the little guy and he knocked you on your ass. This is the guy that helped you up and then gave you the advice on how to win the girl's heart back.
Okay. Geez, what's the page for the bloody verses? Oh, here we go. 426. I got it. Okay. So, yep, it is what it is. So, so he's got 4 sword and 1 for
The
brawling.
one for the uh, fork for the brawling. Yes.
Okay, so it's a versus 5. Okay, so I'll walk right up to him and you know what? I'll make another conspicuous roll. See
Okay.
if that'll rattle. I'm gonna try to rattle him, or should I fork that into the bloody versus?
Um.
I mean, it's kind of a stretch. I just want to call him out in public and see, you know, if the fact that he's being called out in public in front of the whole village. Uh,
Okay. I'll tell you what. Yeah. We'll make it ob 3 because the place is really really rowdy and loud right now. And if you do it, it'll grant you a bonus die.
Geez, I just have conspicuous 2, so it's not gonna be it's gonna be much good.
Well, the failure consequence will be that you don't get the bonus die. That he just kind
Okay.
of laughs at you. He's still going to accept one way or another.
Okay.
So
Well,
it's
it's
still
worth
the
a shot. Yeah.
yeah, it's still the challenging test. And who knows? Maybe you'll get a couple of 6s, and it'll be worth the fate point.
Okay, conspicuous versus op 3. And here we go. Nope, just 1.
Just
And it's
one.
a 5, so it's not gonna
All
blow up.
right.
Okay,
All right.
so
So what are you saying to him?
I say I'll say you spineless coward. Uh, have you no honor? Um, you have wronged Rivka and have refused to live up to your responsibilities. Uh, her honor is wounded and it demands satisfaction.
How
That's it.
dare you challenge my honor? What is it that you intend to do about this? Are you here to just talk, or should we be stepping outside?
We shall step outside and uh, uh, I will cleanse her honor with your blood on my blade.
I accept your challenge of single combat. And he picks
Okay.
up his sword and he walks outside.
All right.
And at this point, he has everybody's attention.
Huh, I bet.
Like, everybody's coming out to see this. They form a
Okay.
ring
Yeah.
and usher you to the center of it.
Okay, so he has 5 dice.
He
I
has 5
have I have 6 dice, I believe.
A
Let me
matter of
see.
fact,
Uh-huh.
he's not bringing a sword. He's confident enough. He's just going to use his dagger. So
Against my
you are
sword,
going to get
because
a
longer weapon
advantage die
advantage.
for longer weapon,
All right.
and you also get an advantage die for having armor.
Yes, I get +1 to attack dice, I believe, and I get +1 to the defense pool. Yep, +1 and +1. And other than that, I have my sword at 5, and I'm gonna fork in brawling
Okay,
also, so that would be 6 dice, and he's got 5 dice, I believe you said.
that is correct.
So
So how are you going to use brawling as your fork?
oh, I'm gonna be stabbing and pushing him and trying to rush him because he's got the dagger. So maybe
Hmm.
you know. Uh,
Now, if you try to rush him and get in close, that's going to give him the
okay.
advantage die for shorter weapons.
Okay.
Your intent
So
definitely, if you want that advantage die, you need to stay at range for that. But
okay.
that doesn't mean you can't, throw a front kick out or something.
Yeah, that's probably wiser. I mean, if I can get him off balance, maybe I can kick him or something and then knock him
Yep.
over.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's gonna, for his brawling forward, he's gonna not only be stabbing, but he's gonna throw fists and hilt of his dagger blade and whatnot when he can.
Okay.
Try to bang you up a little bit. So
Okay.
we roll our attacks first.
Okay. But yeah. Okay. You don't have to declare what happens after the battle, right? The
Uh,
intent or anything like
well,
that.
yeah, we already know our intent. Both of your guys' intent is to kill the other person.
Okay.
It's a
So
pretty precarious person position you found yourself in.
wow. Yeah. It's gonna be a real short campaign, man. Real short campaign.
Well,
Um,
let's hope you get lucky. Which even if if he does mortally wound you, you do have your persona for Will.
yes. Yes.
So that is in there as well still. And you
Okay.
still got what, 2 fate points?
2 fate points. Yes.
Yes. So you've still got some options.
Okay.
So we roll attacks first. He's going to be so
Okay.
whenever you're ready to roll, let me know.
So hang on. I have to
Make sure you
decide
clear your
my
dice.
pool.
Yep.
Uh, and we both roll like at the same time, so I don't know what my ob is, right? I just divide.
Correct. We throw our attack, and then we note our successes, and then we both throw our defense, and defense
Okay.
successes take away from the opponent's attack successes. Whoever has
Okay.
the most attack successes at the end wins the duel.
Okay.
So
So
make sure you clear your dice that you have on screen already.
yeah, hang on. Let me think. So we'll roll the attack first, and then we roll the
Yes.
defense.
We'll roll attack first.
Okay. Hang on. So, okay, I'm ready. So we both roll attack first, right?
That is correct. I'm ready to roll when you are. What?
Okay. Okay, let's 1, 2, 3, roll attack. Yes!
All right. You've got 4-1.
4 versus
So
1.
just make a note of that. Correct.
Okay, how
So
do we how
I'll
do we how
go
do we
ahead and
count?
clear
Okay.
these off.
And now defense.
So
Okay,
what
wait.
you make note that
Okay.
you have 4 attack success.
Okay, I
I
have
make
4.
note that I have 1. Then we roll our defense, and any defensive successes you get take away from my
Yep.
attack successes, and vice versa.
Okay. So let's see.
So I am clear.
Okay, I'm ready. Here we go.
His All right.
Yes.
I got one success. So you absolutely win that duel. You can describe freely how you would like to kill him.
Okay, so he comes at me with a knife.
You failed a lot of tests, but you threw when you needed it.
Yeah, and then the old adage is don't bring a knife fight to a sword fight or something like that. It's a gun to a knife. What is it? A knife to a gunfight? Well, he brought a knife to a sword fight.
Knife to a gunfight.
Yeah. So it's almost the same. So yeah, he lunges at me overconfidently, thinking that he's bigger than me, so he thinks he can rush me, and Arngrim just waits until he gets into range, and then he let's see, what's he do? Uh, the guy attacks, Arngrim sidesteps and then runs him through with the sword, just one stroke. And,
One stroke. I like that.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. I would like to take a quick 2 or 3 minute break. I need to take a piss.
Sure.
I've been downing coffee like mad.
Non-stop.
And then
Yeah, I've
come
noticed.
back and yeah. I've also I chain smoke and drink when I play
Yeah.
Burning Wheel. I don't know why. I'll light a cigarette every time I put one out. So
Excellent.
let's
No
break
problem.
for just a couple of minutes. And then
Gotcha.
there is a question and answer feature apparently with Google Hangouts that we can open up to our one viewer and see what he thinks so far when we get back before we pick up part 2 of this first session.
Sure.
So we will be right back.
Yes. Okay. So I guess while he comes back, I should track all these tests that I had. Jeez, I had a lot of tests. Um, Let me see. I started with the circles test. Op 2. Come on, come on. Where's that advancement?
All right.
Oh,
So
hey.
let's
Excellent.
see how this question and a feature works. Oh, okay. Apparently, I can only enable this feature in the Google Plus event page before the broadcast. So, question A does not work. We tried. So I'll pull Dice Stream back up over here.
Yep.
And we can get right back into it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Ragnarok lays bloody at your feet. Run through. He's, bleeding out. He's still alive for the moment, but he's not going to make it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You notice he has a decent shield that was on his back that he decided not to use.
Yes. Yes.
And as per the customs, that is now yours.
Yes.
You can claim.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that. Is that like a run-of-the-mill shield?
No, you know what? We're going to call that superior. He was one of the one of the best warriors in this village.
Nice.
Like
Nice.
he has the good equipment.
Excellent.
The dagger he has is also superior. He has no sword with him, so you cannot lay claim to that. But superior
Okay.
dagger and shield sounds appropriate.
Spear, dagger, and shield? No, superior dagger and
Superior.
shield. Okay. Yeah.
And as he is gurgling blood out of his mouth with his dying breath, Rivka runs up and wraps her arms around you in tears, thanking you incessantly.
So,
And she says that she forgives you, and if there's anything she can do for you, she'd be more than happy to.
I tell her I was happy I could uh, avenge her, restore her honor, actually, and I will also produce the note and tell her. As a matter of fact, I was hoping that you could help me with this note. I have received a strange messenger bearing this missive, and I cannot make sense of it. Perhaps your grandmother can.
She says, yes, 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 of course. We can go right now.
Okay.
And she leads you to Helga's hut.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. You know
And
what?
grandmother Helga is quite shocked. Oh, hold on. Retcon for a second.
Okay.
Never mind. Never mind. Forget that. We're at the hut. I got myself confused.
Okay.
So we're at the hut, and Helga looks extremely surprised that you were able to convince her granddaughter to help. And she says, as a proud Viking woman, she will uphold her end and offers to read the note to you in private or in front of Rivka, whichever you would prefer.
I don't know what it is, so I'll go. Of course. Whatever
Yeah.
makes it easier for you, because he doesn't know how to read, so he doesn't know
Yeah.
what reading entails.
She opens it up and reads it out loud. Arngrim, it is with heavy heart that I write this letter. Great peril has befallen your father in the fields of the 11 gods, and he is laid to rest. You should at once make way here to retrieve his body. Signed, Salvgard.
Helgard?
Salvgard.
Salvgard.
Yes.
And who is that? Do I know who that is?
You have no idea who Salvgard is.
Okay.
Now, you can infer that it's somebody that your father knew,
Yes.
and apparently knew well enough to entrust not only your name but your location to.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the ability to send this letter, but that's only inference at this point. There are no hard facts about that.
Okay. And do I know where these field of the 11 gods is?
You do not.
Huh.
It is. It is. I mean, all you've got forest-wise, which
Yeah, that's all I
is
got.
not
So.
appropriate. So yeah, you do not.
Okay.
You can
That's
infer
good.
that because you know it, it's in some distant land,
Okay.
but that
Okay.
distant land is unknown to you.
Okay. So, yeah.
And it's at this point that you lose consciousness.
Oh, jeez. Really? Wow.
Yes.
All that. Them's the breaks. So
Yep.
for those of you who
Them's
don't
the
know
break.
what he's talking about, my character is cursed, and when the GM sees fit, he goes into this episodes where he blacks out. So this is the curse kicking in right here.
Yeah. For
Okay.
until we develop certain triggers for it, but at this point his character has no knowledge of this curse, so this is how we have decided to introduce this. And I feel like this is a very appropriate time to introduce it.
Sure.
Yeah, you have a destination, you've got a little bit of gear, So yeah, you black out. You wake up. The sun's just starting to rise. It's you blacked out all through the night.
Mm-hmm.
You see Helga's corpse completely torn to shreds on the floor
Wow.
next to you. You are covered in blood. There is no sign of Rivka.
Wow.
And
And I'm covered in
I would
blood
like
too,
to
right?
mention Helga's hut is on the very outskirts of town. Like
yes.
she's out. She's out a little bit. She's not like in the center of town.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, it's some idea how long you've been out, whether it was just the night or if it's been multiple days.
Okay. And I'm covered in blood. Is my
And
weaponry
that's
covered in blood too, or not? I mean, is
yes,
my sword?
the
Because
dagger
my
is
sword,
bloody.
the dagger is bloody. Oh, jeez. And it's in my hand, or is it on the corpse?
The dagger's bloody.
Wow.
It's back in your sheath.
Oh, wow. So, wow. I run outside, and I head for the stream, for the nearest stream, and I just take off the clothes and dive in the stream
Okay.
and try to clean the blood of myself and of the dagger.
So
And the sword, I suppose
so
I cleaned before I went. Yeah.
so you're naked in the stream with nothing but your dagger.
Yeah. The weapons are on the bank, on the river bank.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
So
that happens. That's fine.
okay.
You get
So
yourself
he
cleaned up.
goes. Okay. I go back. I pick up my clothes and my weaponry, and I head back to the hut. It
Back
was
to
a
Helga's
panic
hut.
reaction. Yeah.
Okay.
And I
So
want to look. Okay.
you're back in her hut. There's all sorts of strange things. Not only was Helga the wise woman, she was also the village mystic.
Okay.
So,
I
there's herbs and shit hanging from the ceilings and drying. Um, there's some, jewelry and things of that nature around, a couple of really old books. That's pretty much everything of note,
okay.
unless there's something that you would like to add to that.
I would like to. I would like to do. I would like to check the ground for tracks. Any? Because at this point he doesn't realize exactly what's happened.
No.
Uh, so he's gonna check. He's a hunter. He's gonna check around for tracks. See if maybe some wild beast did this. Uh
The only tracks he sees
huh.
are his and Rivka's tracks leading in, and a set of tracks that are Rivka's, which he can compare and know, leading away back towards town.
Okay. Um. Wow. Um. Let's see. Uh. There's nothing here that he would take because it's a wise woman's hut, and he doesn't even know how to read. So, um, you know what? What he would do is just follow Rivka's tracks. He wants to make sure that she's okay because he doesn't even realize what's happened. You know,
Okay.
you and I know it's the curse, but he
Yeah,
doesn't.
we know it's the curse. He can't infer that something terrible happened that he may or may not be involved in. He doesn't
Yeah.
know for sure one way or another, but I could absolutely see him having doubts in his mind that maybe he is the one that did it. He was covered in blood. It was his dagger.
Yes, this is not looking good because he's gonna get strung up if he goes back to the village.
Yeah.
Wow. So this changes things. Um,
That it does.
that it does. Yes.
Let's see.
And
You know
uh,
that the two nearest settlements are a small river trading post named Mirabar to the
mhm.
east, and the port city of Luskin to your southwest.
All right. Does Olga have any animals, like any horses or stuff like that?
Um, roll a die of fate. Let's find out. If it comes up 6, sure, she does.
Okay, let me clear this. Did I clear my rolls? Yeah, okay. So a die of fate coming up. No, close, but no cigar.
All
Um,
right, so no horse. She does have some food.
so, wow. And the place I live is right in town, right? So it's not.
That is correct.
Hmm, oh, wow.
The only reason she lives on the outskirts of town is because of her mystic tendencies, and she prefers a bit more solitude than most.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm just thinking. All I have is my shield, my sword, my knife, and that's pretty much it, right?
Do you got traveling gear?
I bought it with the points, and I bought a hunting bow, but I don't know if I'm allowed to take that.
Yeah, you came back from a raid when you came into town. You
Okay,
never went home.
so I
I
have all
mean,
my
if
gear.
if you're out on a raid, you're gonna have your bow, of course, and
Okay,
you're absolutely gonna have your traveling gear.
okay, so I have all my gear that I bought with the points initially.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah, I'll take some food and I'll highlight it out of there because whatever it is, nobody's gonna believe anything that except that I killed her. And if Rivkat's alive, she's a witness, so that's worse.
Yes.
So you know what? I'll make for Mirabar because I
All
figure
right.
that's overland. And
It is overland. There's not any forests or anything. If you pull up the map we're using,
oh, I see. That's right.
it just sits right there, other side of the river from the crags.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking of losing myself in the woods someplace, but there's not many woods here.
Well, you could make it to Mirabar, and then from there travel into Lurkwood, or you can make for Lushkin and then head into the Neverwinter Wood, which going that route gives you much more opportunity to stop into towns for information and supplies. Whereas if you go Mirabar, like that's just a river trading post. Like it's a couple of huts and some docks
Hmm.
and whatnot.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
Lurkwood, like yeah, there's probably some small villages inside Lurkwood and some hermits and shit, but there's no like real centers of attraction.
yeah. I'm trying to think of because like the most logical place to escape would be Luskan, I would suppose, because it's the easier place to lose yourself. Just take a boat
Yeah.
and go.
Yep.
But the Earl is gonna send horses, so and I'm
Maybe
on
take
foot.
the long route, Mirabar,
Yes, the
cut into the
unexpected route.
Lurkwood, and then maybe follow Shining Creek down to
Yeah,
Yartar.
yeah. I'm thinking of doing something like completely unexpected, like maybe going north. Um, we're in the Ice Lakes region, so if we go north
That puts you
and
up into
then
the spine of the world.
yeah, maybe not quite as high as the spine, but cross the river, not take the main road, but take the back
And then come
roads.
come to Mirabar from the north.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
that is definitely going to be orienteering.
Okay, okay. And this is not wooded terrain, right? I can't use force wise.
No, this is not forested terrain.
Okay. Uh, Okay. Uh,
Now,
so I'm
wait, do
probably
you have orienteering?
yes. Um,
Okay.
it's not too high because everything is like 2. So
Well, let's look up objectives for orienteering.
wait, actually, does maybe the wise woman has a map in her cottage. I should
Uh,
try
you know what?
search it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there's a map.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. It'll give you a bonus die
Okay. So let me see.
because you still have to be able to
Orienteering.
like read the map and whatnot.
Yeah, I think it helps. Let me see. Uh, orienteering. Maps provide an advantage dice to orienteering test. Excellent. Successful test, you make your way without delay. Failed test, you get lost. Um,
Yes.
during the day,
What page is that?
it's page 286. The obstacles are determining your compass directions during the day in familiar land. I would say I'm starting in familiar land. It'll get harder as we go
And
into
it is
unknown
daytime.
terrain. Yeah. Yep.
All right. So yeah, it'll just be an ob 1.
Excellent. Excellent. So I'll take the map. I grab my gear and I just go.
Nope.
Let me see. So its orienteering is 2, and up 2, and I'm going to be rolling 3 dice.
It should be ob 1.
So up 1. That's right. That's right. Up 1.
So this will be routine.
Yep. Routine. So here we go. Wait. Clear. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 1 success. Excellent.
Nice.
Okay. So that's my intent. I want to get now to Mirabar by the roundabout route that I described, but I also want to cover my tracks. So can
Okay.
we make this like what should we make this like fort test or something, and then I can fork in my because it's a long journey. Or are we gonna? Well, I don't know. You're the GM. I'm here. I am saying how we're gonna resolve this, but
Covering your tracks. I believe covering your tracks is tracking.
because I was thinking of using tracking and maybe forking in stealthy, or using stealthy and forking in tracking, because I'm covering up.
Um, I'd track and then fork in stealthy. That that
Tracking
makes
and forking
that makes
stealthy.
the most sense because you're making a
Okay.
hasty getaway right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So tracking to be able to identify your tracks and know what you need to do to cover them up, and then the
Okay.
stealthy will help that with the bonus die for the fork.
Okay.
Let's see what should that objective be?
Maybe it should be like, well, I don't know. Let me see. Maybe it should be like the pursuer's tracking as an ob, like a versus test type of deal.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I like that. So it'll be he has a tracking of 3.
Okay. So if I make it, I get away and go at
Yes.
least part
Either one.
of.
If you make it, you leave no tracks for them to follow. If you fail, you still have the head start,
Okay.
but they follow you.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. So he has 3 dice, so it's going to be like a versus test. And versus tests are logged dice versus dice, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's
It'll be versus his successes.
oh, it's logged versus successes to determine what type of test it is. Or
I believe so.
yeah, that makes sense because their successes are the obstacle.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it'll be versus his successes. So let's roll those up and find out.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the wrong button. So 2 successes is the obstacle.
Okay. Wow. So
And he happened to use his only fate point earlier in the day to bag a deer.
good. Good to hear that. So it's 2 and I got 2 for tracking and fork in 1, so it's 3 dice. Oof.
Yes.
So let's see. 2 successes.
Okay, so yeah, that meets it. You're
Oh
good.
yeah, I need to. Okay, excellent, excellent. Woof. Things are looking up, man.
Yeah, yeah. We started out kind of rocky there, but
Yeah.
pulling them through when they count.
Yeah.
Because that would have been bad if you got mortally wounded in session 1.
Yeah.
But, that's Burning Wheel, and we keep it interesting.
That is Burning Wheel. And if I get him mortally wounded, then I guess he would just stay at the village for like 6 months or something.
Oh, well, and see, with mortal wounds, you heal from them differently. Everything up to a mortal wound only requires 1 heal check, and then the set amount of time for, say, a traumatic wound.
Yep.
For a mortal wound, you have to heal check the mortal wound, sit the set amount of time, then check the traumatic wound all the way down to the superficial.
Oh, keep checking.
You have to
Yeah.
make heal checks for all of them. Like, taking a mortal wound puts you out of the game for 2 to 3 years.
Wow. That's true. I
Yeah,
remember reading that. I remember
yeah,
reading.
mortal wounds are intense. Well, I've only had 1 happen to a player in the game I've run so far, and he was not very happy about it.
I bet. Okay.
Because it happened from one of the other players.
Ah,
And
worse.
it was all because of the way the role play was going down. It was all legit, but he was not happy.
I bet.
Right. So you've got your tracks covered. You made your test. You find yourself in our little port city. I forgot what it was called. Mirabar. Our little trading
The
post.
trading post. Yes, Mirabar. Yeah.
It's not much to look at it. You see it off in the distance. It's maybe 10 hut type buildings, and then the dock.
Mm-hmm.
There is a barge currently docked
Mm-hmm.
that you can see. And at this point, it is night. Like the sun is down, the stars are out.
Yeah.
You've got about an hour before you make it into town. Do you want to get into town and try to find a place to sleep there, or are you going to camp till morning? Or are you going to try to push through the night completely and continue on through Mirabar after whatever you do in town?
Okay, so this is one day that I travel. It's a couple of days.
It's 1.
Okay.
Yeah, or no, what? We're gonna call it 2 because you did take that long roundabout way.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, this is the night of the 2nd day.
Okay. Let me think. So right now I'm just running. So let me think. Let me think. Do I want to go into town or avoid the place altogether? Uh,
And there is that barge there too, so you might even be able to either convince the captain to grant you passage or even potentially stow away. There is that option as well.
yes. And this is just a trading post, right?
Yeah, it is just a small little trading post.
Okay. Uh, hmm. I'm thinking I need to head to a bigger city. Um, because right now I need to reassess my beliefs, I suppose. Because now I was going to seek advice at the Well of Word. Um, do I know where that is, or do I have
No,
a
we
general?
discussed the well and how it only reveals itself to the Vikings in need. Nobody really knows where it's at. You just kind of
Okay.
stumble across it.
Hmm. So so you know what? I think I'm going to try a beginner's luck and open up a wise.
Okay.
I want to do uh, uh, it's like sorcery wise. I read that the Vikings called their sorcery Seder, Seder. So
Okay.
I was thinking of calling it Seder wise.
Sounds good to me. So that'll be rooted in wisdom for sure. All wises are.
That
What?
goes will right? Uh,
Yes.
it's will
Yes. All
and
wises are will. What is your aptitude for will?
it's
Yeah. 10 minus
4.
your will. 4. So you need 4 of these to actually get it opened.
No, it's 6 actually. It's the other way around, right? It's
It's
10
10
minus my
minus
will
your
exponent.
will.
So I would
Yes.
need 6.
Yeah. You got to test 6 times to actually get it open.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is maybe rolling in a wise and see if I can determine where the well, if there are legends of the well describing whether it lies in the mountains or if it lies in the forest, and maybe
Okay.
that can give me an idea of which
Of where to
direction to
go.
go. Yeah, because right
Okay.
now I could head south to Long Saddle, which is a town, or I could head to the Lairkwood or to the Spine of the World. So maybe if I had some guidance, I could
Okay.
pick better.
All
I don't
right.
know if I don't know if that's a good
Well,
idea, but
the well is fairly common legend among the Vikings.
okay.
Its location, however, is not. So let's see here.
So what could we do? Maybe instead of circles test and find somebody who can tell me about it, or
Yeah, circles is going to be tough for you as well out here in Mirabar. There's not a lot of people here.
yeah. Yeah, it's probably not going to be a wise woman or something that would be the person to know about this.
Mm-mm.
And
Um, yeah,
okay,
I'd say at least attempting to open a wise. While you're absolutely going to fail it, especially for the particular question that you're looking at.
mm-hmm.
But you won't know. Like it'll give your character direction to at least go somewhere.
Okay, I like
And
it.
then from there, like the well's not going to be there, but it might lead you to more information on down the road. At least get you a destination, so you're not just like struck sitting here.
I like it. Okay, so
So
what's the op? Yeah.
so the it, altogether is going to be 10. So
Wow.
it's going to be an ob 5, and then that doubles because it's beginner's luck.
Okay, so I don't even roll it, right? I mean, it's not
No,
like.
no, you don't even roll it. Just mark it down as your test. Which,
Okay.
matter of fact, with it being beginner's luck and that being challenging,
Uh-huh.
You can take that as a stat test for advancement
Ooh.
for your will. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure if it's either or if you have to.
I
I've never been
I
clear
think
on
it's
that.
I think
I'm
it's two.
inclined.
For stats it's two. You need actually it's a stat 4, so you would need 2 difficults and 1 challenging.
Yes. But with beginner's luck, when
Uh-huh.
you roll your beginner's luck test, if it
Oh,
is
it's
a
different. Okay.
difficult or challenging test,
Uh-huh.
you can take that as a test for your stat to advance.
Okay.
And now
But that's what
the
I'm
confusion I'm
uh-huh.
having is whether you are forced to take that as a stat test, or if you can opt to take it as a test to open up the wise, or if it
Oh.
works for both of them. I'm not sure.
That's okay. We
I
can look
feel
it up.
like
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a challenging test on the stat, and it should still go towards your aptitude testing to open the skill up.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
not
just have
entirely
to
sure.
yeah, we'll just have to read that up because that seems to be different. Learning new skills. Root stat, beginner's luck, aptitude. Uh,
Beginner's luck is where we want to be.
yeah. Opening the skill.
Page number?
Okay, this is page number 49. Learning new skills.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's at the top of page 50. When testing the root stat, note the obstacle before doubling. If the obstacle would count as routine and thus not actually count for advancing the stat, you note the test for learning the skill. Which this is not the case because this would be difficult anyway if I had the skill.
Yes.
If the beginner
So,
test before doubling would count as a difficult or challenging for the stat, note a test for advancing the root stat. So
okay.
this would go to the stat.
Yes, this is a will test. And your will's 4, and this is 5, so that's a challenging will test.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
stat tests are hard to come by, too, so
Yeah.
that's not bad. Doesn't help you out opening up that wise, but
But hey, I
but
like it.
you still get the outcome. So you recall a story of a great Viking warrior who came across the well in his travels when trying to find his lost love. And the well appeared to him in the misty forest, which is, for your map reference, your character won't know where the misty forest is.
Mhm.
It is to the southeast of Waterdeep.
Okay. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it. But he thinks it's just a forest, so I guess we would go to the nearest forest. That makes sense.
Well, he recalls the legend that it revealed it to this Viking warrior in the Misty Forest. While he doesn't know where the Misty Forest is, he does
Uh
know it
huh.
by name, and he knows the names of the forests that are around him. He knows Lurkwood and Neverwinter Woods because you have hunted in both of these forests before.
Okay. So
So, if you want to roll a die of fate to see if the map you currently have extends south enough to have the Misty Forest on it, you can.
okay. So here we go. If it's a 6, I got it right.
Correct.
3. No, don't got it.
Okay. Don't
Okay.
got it.
So what I'm thinking, this is a trading post.
Yes,
So there's well-traveled people here. So I'm gonna
there
go
is.
into town and circle up somebody um, who's traveled, like a
Well, I
merchant
mean,
from south.
you won't even need to roll these circles. There is the
Okay.
barge that is docked there, so there's obviously a barge captain there somewhere, and his whole job is traveling the waterways with his cargo.
Okay. Yeah, see, but he goes side and side. I'm thinking of he goes east west. I'm thinking of somebody who goes north south.
Well, on this particular journey,
Okay.
he is. It doesn't mean that this is the only route he takes.
Okay. 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 So I'll go talk to him then.
All right.
So
So are you going like straight down there tonight?
uh yeah, I probably should.
Okay. So
'Cause,
straight down the trading post. Like it's night. Everybody's shut up inside. Everybody's doing their sleeping thing.
oh,
Um,
okay.
you make your way to the barge, and there is a guard posted by the barge. Not like a town's guard, but just like a crewman of the barge that's standing watch
Mhm.
just on the dock to make sure nobody fucks with their shit.
Okay. So so I'll approach him and I'll ask him. Good evening to you, guard. Um, I'm a traveler to these parts, and I come seeking information. May I speak to your master, or has he retired for
Oh.
the night?
Well, the captain is absolutely in bed for tonight,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm not gonna go wake him up. That just sounds like a terrible idea for me.
Yeah, he's not gonna be well disposed either, I suppose.
No.
Uh, ooh, you know what? I'm thinking now. Now I realize why you're asking me if he's staying the night or not. I just realized he might flip out again. So I asked him, "Will you be here still in the morning?" Then.
He says yes, that they are not scheduled to leave port until the sun is highest in the sky.
Okay, so I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna go back out to the woods and sleep in the woods.
Okay.
Um, Cause right now he still doesn't know what happened. He doesn't want to risk a repeat
Mhm.
performance.
Yep.
So he's just gonna find somewhere deep in the woods to hide in for the night.
All
Uh,
right.
Let me see. Yeah, that's. I'll just wait till morning. I suppose is what I'll do.
All right. Well, morning comes. You can make your way back in there.
Yep.
City or the settlement's a bit more livelier now that it's daytime. Carts are being pushed back and forth. Tanners out tanning new hides and whatnot. Some meat slow roasting. Hunters are coming back and forth, consistently bringing in new kills and stuff to make up their furs and whatnot. They're going to trade.
Mm-hmm.
The guard you spoke to previously is no longer standing guard on the dock. The
Okay.
barge is unguarded at the moment, but you can, there's guys on the barge unloading stuff and loading other stuff up, getting ready to, pull out come time.
Okay. Okay. So I'll head up to the barge again and ask one of the workers there um, if I may speak to their captain of the barge.
He yells out, "Captain Leroy! Somebody wants to see you!" And he
Right.
shuffles on back about his work. Like, he didn't even stop for 3 seconds. Like, he heard what you had to say,
Mm-hmm.
screamed out for Captain Leroy, and continued on.
Okay.
So, Captain Leroy comes stumbling out of the captain's cabin, and you can tell Captain Leroy's not somebody to fuck with. He's seen some shit. He's scarred up. He's got a grizzly beard. Got a bit of a limp to his walk, but the limp does not take away from the intimidation factor, that
Okay.
aura and charisma that he holds. Like, you can absolutely tell he's a ship captain, and he don't fuck around. He walks
Okay.
up and he's like, "What do you need, my boy?" And his demeanor does not match his outward appearance. He seems
Okay.
very calm and cool and collected.
Okay. I'll tell him um, I am looking for a well-traveled man I am in need of some information, and I was wondering if you perhaps you could help me.
He's like, if I have the information, I'd be glad to share it with you. What is your question?
I seek a place called the Misty Wood. Uh, I I have no idea where this place is. I have traveled only the Northlands, um, and I know little of places to the south and to the east. Have you perhaps heard of such a place in your travels?
Yes, I do know the Misty Wood or the Misty Forest. I have traveled a river that runs right past it many, many times. It is quite a journey away from here. On foot, it is at least a month and a half south. By boat on the right river channels, you could make it quite a bit quicker.
And would you perchance be headed that way?
No, I am actually on my way to Luskin, but you could possibly find transport from Luskin down the coast to Waterdeep, and from there it's not but a couple of days' journey.
Hmm. Uh, is there a ways over land?
You can take it overland. It will take you quite a bit of time.
Is there a road or a map that I could uh,
There is a
let's use?
road. My maps are all maps of the waterways. I could not help you with a map of the road, but you can take the Lonely Road from here all the way down to Waterdeep, and you'll come across quite a few settlements along the way. But it is a long and perilous road. That's why they call
I
it the
see.
Lonely Road.
I see. Uh, See, because what I'm thinking is, if he doesn't trust himself to be alone, and maybe another episode to happen, getting on a barge is really dangerous. Plus, he'd be heading back towards his homeland. So,
Well, he would go past it, but um, this trader like you're up in the ice lakes, and he's going to take this river all the way into Luskin. Like he's not going to go up north through the ice lakes. He's making a straight shot to Luskin.
okay. And how long would it be
Like
by?
it does put you close to home, but not too terribly close.
Okay.
As
And
long as you maybe stayed below decks or something.
okay. And does my tribe routinely raid Luskan, or is Luskan like an allied town, or what's the relationship?
They're not quite allied, but it's not a place that they raid. Luskin is a big bustling port city.
Okay. Okay.
There are lots of guards, lots of high walls and fortifications, and it's never been worth it for your small village to attempt to make the raid.
Okay. Okay. So,
Yeah, sometimes you do trade in Luskin, though.
yes. Hmm. Let me look at this map again, because I'm half tempted to go over land, uh, but it's still a dangerous road.
Yeah, especially without companions.
Yeah.
Because
Uh,
that's a long road south.
yeah. And there's no caravan headed that way. Not right
Not from
now, is there?
Mirabar. You might be able to pick one up in Longzalul, but that's still a bit farther south.
Yes. All right. So I guess I'll take the barge then. and see what happens on the way.
Taking the barge?
So I'll ask the captain. And how many days is it to Luskin from here?
Oh, we should be at Luskin by sundown tomorrow.
All right, and
Possibly sooner if the currents are strong.
so I tell him, would you accept passage for myself? But I would have to take to pay you in trade because I have no money of my own.
Are you a skilled and worthy seaman?
No. I
No.
am not. I
What kind of trade can you offer for passage?
I could help you load and unload these crates, um, and that's about it.
He tells you that if you can load and unload crates and do some general cleaning around the barge for the duration of the trip, scrubbing the decks and things of that nature, that he will grant you passage.
All right.
And not only will he grant you passage, but he will also grant you fair wage.
Excellent. Excellent. And I'll agree to those terms and thank him profusely.
So hop to it. Get the loading. We're on schedule.
Excellent. So listen, Aaron, I think we probably should be stopping right about now.
Yeah, I got one more thing I want to get out of
Okay.
the way right quick before we end.
Sure.
So you do your loading. You guys head on down the river. Nice long day's worth of work scrubbing decks and hauling heavy crates. You fall asleep fairly quickly, and upon falling asleep, a very ghoulish and ghastly figure presents herself to you, and I believe he had a name for the witch, correct?
Gunhild. Yeah.
Gunhild. She reveals herself as Gunhild. She tells you that not only is your father a bastard and that he wronged her, but that she also is the one that murdered him, and that she has placed a curse on you and your entire family from which you will never recover. And she laughs profusely, and you wake up in a cold sweat in Luskin,
nice.
ready to unload.
I wake up in Luskin. Nobody's dead. I'm covered in blood again.
Nobody's dead. Nobody's dead. No blood. It's just a dream.
Excellent.
I suppose you don't wake up in Luskin because you're not getting there till the next night. So you wake up in the morning and you do your tech work, and then you pull into port about 6 in the evening to do your unloading. You get your stuff unloaded, and you gain a resource die.
Excellent. Yes.
That's your wage.
Excellent.
And that's where we will call it. So now it is time for ARTA Awards.
Yes. All right. All right.
2 fates for Boldly.
Well, yes, I did the Boldly, and
he did that twice, as a matter of fact. So you got 2 fate points for that.
2 fate. Okay. I completed the belief that I said that I will defend Rivka's honor.
Yes.
So that gives me a persona.
That's worth a persona.
Yeah.
Did we get anything else done?
Yeah, I must procure better arms and armor for my quest. I did get the shield and the dagger.
You got a dagger, so I'll call that complete. That sounds good. Yep. So
excellent.
2 fate, 2 persona. Let's go through some of the other stuff right quick because there are still a few more ways other than just beliefs. Okay.
What's the
you did
page?
not play an instinct that made your life difficult.
Wait. No. I'll disagree with that. I played the proud. No, not instinct. Not instinct. You're right.
That's a trait.
Yeah.
For
damn
trait,
it! I gotta,
if a trait sends the story in a new direction, it's worth a fate. Which, while you didn't invoke it, which you can invoke the witch's curse for yourself as well, if at any point you decide you want to do that. I invoked it. I'm still going to give you the fate point for it, though. It did send it forward in a new direction, and it put you in quite a situation.
No, wait. Hold on. Okay, instincts didn't get me anything. I want to change one of my instincts.
Okay.
Um, I had one that said, "At the first sign of trouble, draw my sword." I'm
Mhm.
thinking of changing that to "always boast."
Always boast. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
because it's gonna get
I
me into
like
more
that. I
trouble.
can see how
Yeah,
that could get you in quite a bit of trouble too.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I'll
Okay.
probably
So
change that. Yeah, and
So
okay,
yeah, I use the fate point for the trait sending the story in a new direction because that curse kicking in absolutely toppled everything all in
okay. So
about. I
hang
this
on,
will be
hang
the
on.
only time that I give you a fate point if I invoke that trait though.
Okay, that's right. I forgot to jot it down. So I'm gonna put down the accursed trait. Okay, let's go down the list because I think I did a couple of things. I
Yeah. Well, all
used
right. All right.
the
So we'll start
I
at the top.
used the okay.
So we've
Okay, so
got
I have
belief. One fate for driving the game forward with a belief.
yeah,
Fate points on that for your boldly. All right.
yeah,
Instinct, one fate. Playing an instinct makes life difficult. That did not happen. No fate points. Trait, one fate. A trait sends a story in a new direction. I invoked your witch's trait. I'll give you the fate point for it this time. Next time you'll have to invoke it. So we're
but
up
I
to
also
three.
used the proud trait because I picked a fight with the four
Oh,
guys at the table.
true. You did.
So
So four
yeah,
fate points. Yep.
because
For
because they
humor,
laughed at me. Yeah.
they did. Humor, one fate. An in-character game stopper did not happen. Right skill, right time. You didn't have a skill that was absolutely
No.
critical to make the story go. All right, so now we're in persona. Embodiment, really good or distinctive role playing.
Yeah.
While the role playing was good, I don't feel that it was embodiment good.
Yeah. Okay.
Mold Breaker, we haven't gotten to a point where we could give Mold Breaker out, which is like,
No.
going against a belief that you've already had established. Like, for
Yeah.
say you're boldly, if you, became cowardly and unbold just randomly at one point, that'd be worth a Mold Breaker.
Okay.
Um, Workhorse, yeah, you get a persona for Workhorse for doing all the work for a scenario. Anytime we do more than 4 rolls, you're gonna get a Workhorse.
Okay.
Um, MVP, that's gonna be one that I dole out if something super badass happens.
Yeah.
Because if
I'm in.
not, you're always the most valuable player, and I
Yeah.
don't want to oversaturate with Arda.
Okay.
You get 2 persona for completing your 2 beliefs, and no deets points. So that's 4 fate and 3 persona.
4 fate and 3 persona. That's correct.
Not
Plus,
not
plus
a
wait. I got 3 persona plus 1 the persona that I already had, the will to live.
hmm
Okay, so
Which it
that's
doesn't have to be spent on will to live, but you have to
oh,
spend a persona for will to live.
but I'm keeping that.
Yeah, it's always a good idea to do. So yeah, this was a really really productive session. It
Yeah,
went in a couple directions that we didn't anticipate, but it was still a really fun time. I enjoyed it.
I had fun. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
most important thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I definitely look forward to Thursday's game.
yeah. So now, between now and Thursday, I need to come up with 2 more beliefs probably.
hmm
Because I got the better gear, I still need like a helm or something like that. But that's kind of taking a second seat in light of the running away from the village and whatnot. So
Yeah.
I'll probably
Which,
just keep.
and considering that we called that belief complete and you got the persona point for it, I don't want a belief about getting equipment again, unless for some reason
Exactly.
you happen to lose your equipment.
That makes perfect sense. So I'll get 1 new belief because I'm keeping the fortune favors the brave,
Yes.
and I'm keeping the curse belief, which is the main one.
hmm
So I just need
Yes.
1 new belief, and
So,
I'm
and
changing the
that'll
instinct.
be pretty situational, like whatever we decide we're doing with the next session based on what happened here and what we talked about pregame. Yeah,
Sure, sure.
between now and then, whatever ideas you have, if you get one, you got a really concrete belief, we'll roll with it. And if
Mhm.
not, we'll get together again half hour early or something and talk about what we
Or
want to
like
happen with
we
the game.
Or like we did it today when the Rivka situation arose, I just wrote the belief down
Yeah.
at the moment. Yeah,
Yep.
because I like that. Let's see what else we need to do. Trade voting. Uh,
I
uh,
kind of want to do trait votes every other session.
that makes perfect sense. Yeah,
Because
because
trait
you
votes
get it,
aren't supposed to happen every session,
and you
and in a
need to do the
one-on-one
same
game,
thing.
it's just like me and you that talk about the traits. It's because normally with a trait vote, the other players, like, hey, this guy started murdering a bunch of people because he felt compelled to do it and he's addicted to murdering. We're going to give him the psychopath trait.
Yeah,
And then it happens. But because we don't have people to vote, it's just me and you sitting down talking about what happened within the game and what traits we think are welcome. But trait votes aren't something that's supposed to happen every session.
and you
So
need,
we'll most
yeah,
likely do trait vote next session.
that makes sense. And you need to do the same thing a couple of times to get like a
Yeah,
trade voted out of that. Okay.
yeah, for sure. So yeah, it sounds good. I had a good time. I will see
Yeah.
you and everybody else Thursday. Thank you to our viewers that showed up to enjoy this game with us. Have any questions or comments? Feel free to either post it on Reddit or the Burning Wheel forum, wherever you found out about this particular podcast, and I'll make sure to get to them. I'll be up for probably another hour or two tonight.
Excellent.
All right,
Thanks a
take
lot,
care,
man.
everybody.
You too. Bye bye.
Later.